What's up, guys? So today I want to talk about the three investments and sets that I think are going to do the best from the Scarlet and Violet era in 2025. So the first one, Paldea Vault. This might be kind of the one that you could change out with another set like Surging Sparks or something. But I've been a huge fan of Paldea Vault pretty much the whole year. I mean, even back in like April around that time, I was talking about Paldea being criminally underrated at the time. Magikarp was $83. And I think the booster box, if we go look at it, yeah, $105, but you could have bought, easily in the $90 range. I think my cost average is probably like 94 USD, something like that. So I was buying up boxes super cheap. And really, when you do the math on that, you're up like what, 50, 60% on the year, something like that. So super good plays to be made on Paldea this year. If you guys haven't got in yet, I do think it's going to do well long term. And the interesting thing about Paldea, and kind of why I chose it over something like Surging Sparks, is I don't think that Paldea is going to get another reprint. It could, in theory, get another reprint. It's not, out of the realm of possibility. But the fact that we've already seen it get a reprint, and you can kind of see, right, once that happened, it has been slowly trending up, but, flatlining for the most part since then. So there is just more Paldea out there right now. But when you go look at some of the cards, I mean, card prices have obviously risen, especially, the Magikarp up top is now over $200. This card's up 230% over the past 12 months. So the Magikarp's a huge card. It's really moved from, a decent chase into a very top tier chase card that people will want to open in the future. You have Diono holding strong around $55. Tyranitar in that 35 range, same with Raichu. The Meryl is actually very interesting, up to $28. This one's up over 200% on the year as well. Now a top 5 card in Paldea Vault. Then you have, the new legendaries like Choyu and Qianpao. And then you have the starter lines and their evolutions. So I'm definitely a huge fan of Paldea Vault. I think I have like 21 boxes or something at this point. So I would keep your eye on Paldea Vault, especially, a lot of these other sets like Twilight, Masquerade, like Surging Sparks, I do think could still get reprints next year, and that's why I didn't really want to add them to this list, just because I don't know how well they will perform, even if there's a reprint, if that will get chewed through fast, especially considering that Prismatic Evolutions, which we'll talk about here in a second, is coming up, and that might take away some of the heat that Surging Sparks has right now. And then we also got to consider when the Team Rocket set comes, maybe even Journey Together, if that's a good set as well. Our specialty set's coming also, so there's a lot to be, determined when it comes to Surging Sparks and how well it's going to do long term. But Paldea Vault, first one, Magikarp, crushing it over $200. The second one, the second set I think will do probably really well in 2025 is 151. I've been buying up a lot of these 151 booster bundles, and you can see that the price has been coming down on these. This is because there's been Walmart restocks, Target restocks. I've been, hopping in on a couple of those. I've missed a couple as well. You've really only got like, 5 to 10 minutes after it goes live for you to place an order before it's sold out again. So I don't imagine these are going to go too much lower than this. That maybe they could drop mid 40s. But if you look at other 151 products, right, like you look at the ETB, which has the Snorlax promo, you look at the 151 UPC that has the promos as well. These products really haven't taken a hit, even though there is more 151 on the market. And a lot of people have talked about this, right? Products that don't have a promo card or something that will keep the value up and doesn't directly fall with pack value, they're probably going to do, worse long term, or in the short term rather, just because if there's more packs on the market, those things are going to, just do worse because they're only relying on that pack value. Again, I'm kind of blabbering in a few of these videos. I really got to work on this, but if that makes sense, thank you for following along. Scarlet and Violet 151, just a reminder of what cards are in here. You do have the Charizard up top. Again, this is like an over $200 card at this point. It's yet to be seen what will happen in the new year once Blooming Waters comes out, if this does take a little bit of a hit. But still performing really well. Blastoise, Venusaur doing well also. Zapdos, Bulbasaur, Alakazam, Squirtle. So really great cards. Charmander, again, like really deep set. It's legendary. People are going to want to open this. I just wanted to do a count actually because I'm curious. 2, 4, 6, 18 minus 3, 4. So you have 14 cards over $20 in the set as well, which I think is really impressive. So tons of depth, and you do have the top hits. So yeah, really good. I'm happy with 151. If I can hop in on a few more restocks as well, I'm probably going to pick up some more booster bundles. And then finally, I just want to talk about Prismatic Evolutions. I think this is going to be the best performing set from SV era in 2025. Looking at the pre-orders, right? This is the PC ETB, almost $400 that people are selling these for. The set's not even out yet, which is just insane. Like even 300 bucks, right? Like these are what MSRP, like 84 Canadian after tax, so like $60 USD, something like that. Just ridiculous. They're already 5x, 6x what they are on the Pokemon Center. So I'm honestly probably going to be selling one of mine, and I'll be keeping the other. As you guys know, I only got two on my pre-order. I wasn't able to get a case, but if I had a case, I probably would just sell three and keep one. Schmuck insurance, especially if I can get anywhere near that price. And for the products that I want to invest in for Prismatic Evolutions, learning from 151 and, the booster bundles not having anything special in them and being hit the hardest when there's more packs out there, I'm probably not going to go for a lot of booster bundles for Prismatic Evolutions if I can help it. Now, if I can find them at MSRP, obviously I'm going to buy those. Same thing with like 151 right now. If there's restocks on Walmart.ca or something, I will pick them up. If I can find them in a sealed display, that might change my mind a little bit, but I'm going to be going for surprise boxes, maybe. I might get a few of these, but the main thing will just be regular ETBs and the PC versions, but, it's going to be much easier for me to find regular ETBs of these. 3-pack blisters, collection boxes, stuff like that. You guys know my position on those. I'm not a huge fan of them. Obviously, if you can find anything at MSRP for this set, I think you're going to be doing well, even if you're just breaking it down because you don't have a ton of space or whatnot. But yeah, ETBs are going to be my main target for this, and then I might pick up some of the surprise boxes and then booster bundles if I can find them at MSRP. Again, just a reminder, some of these cards in here, you have all the evolutions, and I just wanted to bring this up because we do have a fair amount of sales data now from the Japanese version, so I know this is going to be difficult to see on price charting. The Umbreon Master Ball is actually the most expensive card right now, sitting around $322. This is, let's see if I can bring this up here. Nothing special, but again, people like the Master Balls. They actually seem like they're harder to pull compared to maybe some of the, SIRs or SARs in Japanese, whatever you want to call them. So we don't have this exact card in Prismatic Evolutions, but we're going to have our own version of the Master Balls and Pokeballs, I believe. So keep an eye on a reverse holo like that. The Umbreon SIR is probably going to be one of the most expensive cards as well. I would not be surprised if this card is over $500 on release or after release. Now, again, it's going to totally depend how much Pokemon prints of this set long term to see where this card's going to go, but I really would not be surprised if this is the top card in Scarlet and Violet era. Even with the stupid crown on it that I'm not a huge fan of, it's Umbreon, and it's going to carry a ton of value. Same thing with Sylveon EX. I imagine this one is going to have a fair amount of value as well. I believe it's the third or fourth most expensive card in Terrestrial Festival, third most expensive. And then you have the Master Ball Reverse Holo for Sylveon. The Eevee is not going to be in our set, and the Espeon EX will probably be worth a fair amount as well, along with the other ones like Jolteon and Vaporeon. Those will still be expensive, but probably not as expensive as these top three. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say for this video. Paldea Evolved, again, is probably the one you could swap out for something like Surging Sparks, maybe even the Team Rocket set, but I kind of didn't want to talk about those in this video since we really don't know anything about those sets yet, what cards are going to be in them and whatnot. So Paldea Evolved is still a decent shout, I believe, especially if you're holding for the long term. 151, if you're catching any of these MSRP restocks or if you're sitting on some ETBs, good on you. And then Prismatic Evolutions, when it comes out, that'll be a game changer there. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one.